Hoi hoi! Hoi hoi! Welcome to Triple R series, where I, Lasse Liltved, reacts, reviews, and make a ranking out of every song for Eurovision 2025. Idag det Sveriges tur. Jag kommer från Norge och kan inte tala bra svenska. Here you can see one of my favorite Swedish entries of all time. Let's go! Okay.
Nåja!
Okay.
Klockan slår, nu är det dags. All bekymmer försvinner strax. Bästa båt för kropp och själ. 4 väggar i träpanel.
Okay, this is my Nordic part.
Som tango med Arja Saijonmaa.
1, 2, 3 sauna.
In Finnish! Dancing as well. Gutta-stämning, alltså frat vibes, I guess. This is well made. This is like a drinking song. And there's the bastu. Eller sauna, ja.
Ja, just ja. Häll på vatten och med rongono. Tick, tick, tack, hur länge orkar du? 90 grader, vi är nästan där. Perkele, Eva på värman jär.
Perkele. Ja.
Steitin lakkar, ja, ja.
Oh.
1, 2, 3 sauna.
Okay. Oh. This is fantastic. When's the last time Sweden sent something that is just fun like this? I can't remember. Let's go, Bridge! Okay. I'm taking up the volume. Okay. Building up, building up, building up. Oh. Fantastic. Bastu. I want to party. Wow. Wow. I made a graph of how I experience a song from start till finish. Here's a short summary.
Nåja! Vedin vår värme lika bra. Bastu, heita på så sveitin bara yr.
Steitin lakkar, ja, ja.
Bastu, heita på så sveitin bara yr.
I've seen the entry a bunch of times now, and Sverige, dette sykt bra! This is good craftsmanship. In my reviews, I usually use this structure, and I'm gonna take that away and throw it out, because I just have positive things to say. First of all, this structure, verse, chorus, bridge, last chorus, is not groundbreaking. However, RuPaul said this.
You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is fine, girl. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. Ain't nobody got to reinvent the wheel.
What RuPaul said here is that if something works, it's fine to use it. Not everything needs to be groundbreaking. This structure, this dramaturgy is on a surface level very simple and predictable. But it works. But I hear some keyboard warriors typing. If the structure is so basic and predictable, how can this be a good Eurovision entry? You're so stupid, blah, 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 blah. Because this is filled with good choices. Let's go through some of them. In the episode about Finland, I talked about complicate the simple. The rule that my teacher taught me. That you take something simple and you complicate that, not complicate something complicated. And this entry is also a phenomenal example of complicating the simple. You take the theme of sauna and bastu and the Nordic vibes, and you take that with a party song, put that together, boom. Simple, it works. And in the episode about Greece, I talked about the hook, the opening, how the start should establish what you can expect, what you want to look forward to in the entry. And this entry does that perfectly. You already have the name Bara Bada Bastu. We have the lumberjack clothes, we have the trees, we have them collecting the trees, the preparations for the bastu, we have the fire, they're cooking a hot dog. There are so many small choices that really elevates the entry and makes every step of the way feel alive. For example, that simple element of them raising their arms together. They're showing how well they're working together. One thing that's cool about the first chorus is that it has two steps, a low step and a high step. And then they continue with the high step in the second chorus, and then they take a higher step in the third chorus. Continuously a way to build up this entry. Now here's a thing that really should not be talked lightly about, and that is that they are dancing. Some might say, I've seen better dancing. They should practice more. But those people are missing the point. Because this dancing reflects their frame. I've also talked about frames in the Finland episode. How everybody chooses a frame to work within. They have not chosen the I am the perfect pop star, for example like Chanel. Within this frame they have chosen. This dancing is actually really impressive. This entry, Bara Bada Bastu, is continuously rised up because of how it is presented. After the first chorus, after the finished dancing, there you have something I feel is really cool and is a really good example of how this performance lifts up the entry. Because here you have this cool, little, funny, smooth, interesting walk with the accordion. This entry is filled with choices like this that makes the entry come alive. Change from the outside to the inside of the bastu is so effortlessly done. One thing I also like is the mix of them communicating to us, the audience, and them communicating to each other. For example, he says to him directly, "Hell på vatten." Og så gjør han det, han heller på vann. And then you see that fun reaction of him really sweating in the bastu, like, oh. And now we have a new change, we have the dancers in the towels. And it's really cool how they now have almost the exact same dance, but just sitting. And then we have the bridge that takes the smart choice of using the alliteration in the entry. Bara Bada Bastu. That they have 3 words after each other that all starts with a B. Alliteration. When you have a fun party entry and you have alliteration in the name of the song, it's a really good synergy to put those together because it's easy to sing along with. Then we have the key change. That works, predictable, but works. The biggest change in the end is of course the key change and how it's lighted up. Although, I have one thing I'm wondering about in the end here, and I would love to hear what you think about this. In the bridge, he says, "Ei saa peitä." That means do not cover. Because when he's saying don't cover up, it means that in the bastu, we don't cover ourselves up because we're sweating so much. Would it be fun, or would it be tacky and cringe, that in the end, to lift up the performance even higher to the maximum of the tension, that they also took off their clothes and joined the dancers in just having a towel, for example. because then they would really join the Bastu. Because it is possible to argue that how they are dressed is a little bit of a disconnect to the Bastu. Would it be fun if they joined the dancers in just having a towel in the end? Or should they stay how it is? I don't know. I would love to hear what you think about this. And the best thing about this entry is the change of narratives. There has kind of become a narrative, at least in some parts of the Eurovision fandom, that Sweden is this, oh, Sweden is perfect, Sweden are so good, they can do nothing wrong, they're polished. People have almost gotten tired of how perfect Sweden have been. In 9 of the last 11 years, the juries have given more points to Sweden than the public. And especially with Eurovision 2023, people were really angry that Cha-Cha-Cha and Finland lost. Not only is this song a kind of peace offering between Sweden and Finland, but this entry changes the Swedish Eurovision narrative! Because they have the juries in their pockets, but they lack a little bit with the people. I wrote in my notes, now that Sweden have the people on their side, they will be unstoppable. They already beat a Eurovision winner with Måns Zelmerlöw. To beat that entry from Måns Zelmerlöw is really difficult. By the way, love the Kai pins. However, I have one problem with this. There is something in this performance that would not be allowed in Eurovision. I will give you 5 seconds to guess what it is. You can see it in this picture. It is not allowed to be more than 6 people. Personally, I find that irritating, that they're showing something that is kind of false. They're selling a product that they can't sell in Basel. I'm sure it will still be awesome in Basel with 1 less person. I just want to say it because, yeah, it's not allowed. When I did some research for this entry, I found out something really interesting that made everything make sense. It is written that Kai have produced 2 musicals! That makes so much sense! All of the good choices they've made the whole way through. And how well they perform it, how well it is produced. And by the way, shout out to them being trilingual. Where are you? Oh, of course, he's in the bus too. Yes, but I have checked the lyrics. This one comment really sums it up. One person was trying to find some deeper meaning in the lyrics and saw that, there wasn't any. And you know what? This song doesn't need any deeper meanings. It's 3 men that wants to have a good time in the bus too. And sometimes that's enough. Let's do the ranking. Nåja! Ja, just ja. Jag vill ge Sverige 12 poäng. This is fantastic. To Kai and everyone in Sweden watching this, bra jobba. Dere bør være utrolig stolt. Ranking this song on my personal list from number 1 to 37 is surprisingly difficult. I find it difficult to think of which entry I like better. Sweden's entry or Finland's entry. I love Erika Wickman's song better, but I love Kai's performance better. You know what? I'm gonna put Sweden at number 1. That's high. But Kai and Sweden deserves it. And this is how you rank the song. Look at that amazing ranking from you guys. Wow, that really shows how good of an entry this is. Thank you so much to everyone who commented on the last episode about the United Kingdom. It was really interesting to see how different the opinions were. Some people loved the tempo shift and some people really did not like that entry. I wish Sweden and Kai the best of luck in Eurovision. Lycka till! Thank you so much for watching. It would be an honor if you would like to subscribe to the series. And until next time, remember... Barabalabastu, 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 barabalabastu.